Tomorrow's full moon is here to help us dissolve, destroy, basically, any sort of illusions you have around truth being revealed. And the way that this is showing up, even for like my own life, is where we have planted seeds, ideologies here where truth is hard to come by, right? So a lot of people that we're connected to, just outside circumstances, even for ourselves, the mask that we wear, the true versions of ourselves that we hide, right? The expression that we keep hidden. So this moon is really bringing this stuff to the surface so that we can transition into a place of balance. And that makes sense with the full moon being in Libra as well, right? To find that inner harmony here. Okay. And so it wants to dissolve the illusion about, like, it's kind of like snakes, right? Like always like looking over our shoulder, right? Always keeping the mask on to, they're telling me, fight fate. Okay. So this full moon is really going to help us. 111, really disregard and crumble any illusions that are surrounding the revealing of truth. And basically they're showing me the strength card to come into our inner power, our inner reserve, right? That willpower, that personal power, that courage, that confidence to stand in our truth, to speak our truths, right? And to believe. They're giving me the word agency, right? To stand firm in what we are speaking, if we take off our masks, right? Or in the belief outside of us, right? So if you have a belief where you're really struggling with people being honest with you or expressing truths to you, right? To dissolve that illusion, right? To unveil that area within yourself. So there's going to be heavy introspection, a heavy resonance here on allowing yourself to peer through this, right? To unveil, to see the light of the truth, right? To unmask ourselves. And if you guys know me and you follow me regularly, here is that energy of the universe and the mirror, right? So I'm always talking heavily on the mirror, and that is always relevant in our life. But I believe that this full moon is really bringing this in very strongly, that everything that you are going to be experiencing right through this full moon energy into the weekend, it's already started, right? Everything is going to be the gigantic mirror right now, right? So if you are experiencing something right now that maybe you don't want to experience, right? This is something that you're not enjoying, right? In your current reality. Introspect. Why is it being mirrored to you? Why is it part of your reality? Here's that snake, right? Why is it part of your reality right now? So that you can unveil, you can reveal the truth, right? For yourself mostly, but also other situations, connections in your life, right? That maybe feel like it's heavy. You need some harmony, right? Where you have been hiding truths, where truth has been hidden, right? Where there's been hidden motives, illusions. This is literally hidden, hiding, rutting illusions. Okay? That has been maybe part of our reality for a long time. But it's giving me this energy as well, where a lot of us, if we have these illusions, right, around truths and things like that, it's actually it's the foundation that we're on right now, and this full moon wants to destroy that foundation, basically wants to crack it open, right, and bring you the truth so that you can have new experiences, right, so that you can honor the energy that you're pulling with the universe, with other people, with the world around you, right? And then there's the strength card, right? For our personal power, our willpower here. This is for foresight, right? They're giving me really, really heavy energy of like pooling energy here, okay? So the way that this energy is going to show up for many of us through the weekend here is going to be a reminder that whatever your beliefs are set in is how things are going to play out. So if you want to nip things in the bud early on, right? Say for instance, you're doing something that is new to you. You're leaving your comfort zone. You're trying something new. You're doing something that is not your norm, right? But if you still have hidden layers of illusion, that's where you can fall back into, they're telling me pray. You can fall back into prey, right? So to remain the predator, right, you have to dismantle, destroy, okay, because then it's a pooling of energy, right? And in an example, if you're dealing with somebody else, right, if you have an illusion that's surrounding them that's saying X, Y, and Z, or has power over your connection, or has power over a possible outcome, introspect, right? What is that mirror? Is the mirror a good outcome or is it a bad outcome, right? There's a pooling of energy that's happening right now. Okay, so if you are trying to allow yourself to dismantle something in the negative connotation, like look at that now so that it doesn't create, so it doesn't come into form. Look at the pooling of energy. OMG, OMG. Thank you so much. Spirit is backing me up. 3-3 showing up. Okay, right? So like in the thought, right? You don't want to get stuck. You don't want to get stuck, right? Trapped here. Okay? Because for many of you guys, there's one, major shifts happening. Two, this is internal identity things. This is a lot of transformational energy I'm getting as well. Okay? So whatever you are feeling or dealing with, the energy is being pulled, okay, and it's creating rapidly, they're telling me, your current reality. It's like the mirror is immediately bouncing, okay? And the plus side about these types of things and like the way that the 3D physical world moves slower is you have a chance to adapt and or change the vision, right? So that is the plus side of things. Like many of us might say, well, manifestations take so long. No, it's actually a really positive thing. If we were able to instantly manifest every thought, imagine, right? Okay, so this is like, that's why this foresight is here, to let people know that you are very heavily creating a major shift right now, and you want to be able to continue standing in your power. Look at it. The Wheel of Fortune. Major shifts, guys. Fast, rapid. What? Transformation. I have another 3 showing up here as well, okay? Major endings. A lot of rebirths that are happening right now, okay? Destined ones is what I'm getting as well. That could be related to, look at, here's the Tower. Foundational shifts, right? Destroying the illusions here that you've been hung up in, right? We don't want to remain trapped in that old ideology anymore, okay? We want to move forward with our emotions balanced, right? So if you've been stuck in the chaotic emotions, this is what it needs to shift. Okay, that's what's ending, and then that's what's going to create a major shift out here. Fast, quickly, rapid movement. So think positive, feel positive, right? Allow yourself to come into a state of, they're telling me ketosis, and it's so funny. I've been doing intermittent fasting lately, and it is fantastic. I love it. My body feels so amazing with it. But it's so funny how, look at, here's the moon, right? This is the full moon energy. Ketosis. That's a breaking down, right? A breaking down. And ketosis is, I think, what is built in the brain for mental clarity, right? So it's like there's a breaking down of something, there's a breaking down of that for the clarity, for the truth, right? The owl, wisdom, clarity, into the unseen, right? Okay, so the third eye here, all right? You're gaining foresight here, major shifts for many people. Trust the process right now. They're telling me agency, okay? So if you feel so called to, definitely Google that and get really steadfast, get grounded into agency, okay? Because you're pulling energy that is creating major shifts, milestones of transformation, but it's for the better, for the better. So leave the crap and welcome the good.